Hi there, Dave here. How are you? As promised, I've delivered. There is my little trim table that I promised everyone when I did the Craig Foreman video that I would make for this little multi-function screw box table benchtop botsy thingo. And so here it is. It was great fun building this. Of course, I've got an acrylic. I'll bring it out and you can have a look. I've got an acrylic insert, and it is just beautiful. I've locked it in there with stainless steel screws. That insert is 10 millimeters thick, 3/8 of an inch. For you guys in America, it's 3/8 of an inch. It's clear. The trimmer in there has got little LEDs, so that throws the light up so I can see around the trimmer. I don't know why I want to do that, but apparently I do. So there you go, I got that. I've put in Craig T-Track, and that is for holding a little acrylic fence that I've made as well. Now on the top here, you might see that I've got some dowels. Now those dowels are to locate the top in here. And there it goes. I had a couple of recesses just here that were for the Craig Foreman's. There's a couple of bolts that just come out around the edge of the top area there, and they were sitting proud, so I had to create those. And I thought, you know what, I'll take advantage of those, so I turned up some 5/8 of an inch dowel, because I couldn't find any 5/8, so I had to actually make some, and glued those in, and then so they're just locating pins. That's enough of that. You'll notice with the Rockler T-bolts, they fit perfectly in Rockler track, but they don't fit so well in the Craig track. So I just ground the sides a little bit on my bench grinder, and then also just ground the thread just a little bit down near the base there, and just down the base there, and they drop in perfectly. Now I also created a bit of a round here so that as it goes on, if I've got a cutter that doesn't have a bearing, I can wrap around that cutter a little bit, and so on. I dressed all of the edges on the acrylic. Now here's an interesting thing. I've never used acrylic before in my life. I've never cut it. I've never put it over a router. I've never planed it. I've never sanded it. It's amazing stuff. It does heat up and melt if you go too fast. I found that out by actually trying to flick some off a bit when I'd finished drilling, and it stuck to me. There you go. So don't do that. There's a tip from Dave for this time. Don't touch hot acrylic. It will stick to your skin. That side's in, and so is that. So that can slide along to wherever you want. I haven't brought the track all the way through. I thought it was a waste of time. I don't need track going past the center. So that can come right up to the cutter, so I can leave that in line. Now, why have I got this fence? Well, here's the story. If I'm making a box and I've got a 4mm upcut, spiral upcut in there instead of the roundover, it's got bearings, obviously a 4mm upcut won't have bearings on it, I'm able then to create the slot in the bottom of my boxes to be able to take the base. So this is going to be so handy if I'm making boxes, because I've got that little Rockler box joint jig. I get tempted, you know, I've made boxes but they've got no flaws in them. So this is going to address that problem. Maybe there's an episode there as well. Anyway, this is the whole thing. I'm going to pull that back just a little bit. Now the reason I've got this on here at the moment is it's going to create a little bit more of a funnel up the back there to help in the dust collection. Now the dust collection I've got running here, I've got this plugged into my vacuum system on the automatic switch, and the Festool hose with the 27mm hose and fittings plugs straight on to the DeWalt. I had to modify the DeWalt's pickup, this is the DeWalt trimmer I'm talking about, had to modify that pickup just a little bit, cut the outside off it, and then this thing slipped over it beautifully. I can raise and lower this so easily on this trimmer. It's just a dream. It works really, really well. You'll notice down here that, yeah, Dave, you did a bit of a blue. This here, it was built for the Foreman, and that is the main thing for this unit. But the trimmer is deeper than the Foreman's base is, so I had to create this alcove underneath, take one of the screw boxes out. There's no great loss. and I threw a bit of iron-on tape around the edges. Well, I had to actually heat gun it on because the iron doesn't go around corners too well. So heat gun and a wad of rag in your hand, and then pair it off with a chisel and just give it a rub with some sandpaper. Done. Works so well. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to get a piece of timber now and create a roundover. I've got a bit of radiata there. It's probably not the best kind of timber to show on a roundover because it's soft. This roundover cutter is 10 mil and it is super blunt. So I am going to get some tear out, but let's give it a shot. Okay, these things, like, yes, get into it, David. There we go, lights are on, you can see the light, and then here we go with the blocks. I'm going to get in front for the moment, you watch from the side camera. Turn him off. A little bit of dust there. There would have been a whole lot more sawdust if I didn't have this setup done the way that it is. So there it is. That's my little baby. That's the project that I've been having fun with. This is the last of the 4-part series. I will also do a little bit of a series, well, maybe just an episode on cutting acrylic and then running it over a router, or cutting it and doing the edges. And I used the router table as a horizontal jointer, so running it past and stepping one fence in a little bit forward, so you've got a jointer basically, but it's on the flat, and it gave me such a good edge. I can't believe how good that is. And then I ran a hand plane around the top of this, for crying out loud, and it gave me a beautiful little curly shaving. I couldn't believe it. So it's been a hell of an experience for me, and I hope it's been an experience for you guys. Thanks a lot. See you next time.